story to you. However, before we start, let's talk about some vocabulary words. So, first of all, the story that we're going to read today is called, do you know what that word is?
Egyptian.
Good job, the Egyptian Cinderella. So we're going to read the Egyptian Cinderella today. And if you notice, this is where Egypt is. And this is where we are. So you can kind of see where they are compared to where we are. And I just put a couple of pictures up here of what you might see while you're in Egypt. What are these called, everybody?
Pyramids.
Pyramids. And we learned a lot about pyramids from the Day of the Dragon and kind of what things are inside of pyramids. And also, I have the author and the illustrator of the book. Okay, so you can look at their pictures real quick. All right. Bless you! Is murmur. Murmur. And murmur means to speak very softly, a little louder than a whisper. And I have a murmur, so you've got to listen carefully. You've got to listen carefully. You hear them? You hear them? That's what it sounds like when you're looking at that picture. That's what a murmur is. So I'm going to go ahead and read. Make sure you're listening for the words dainty and murmur. If you hear the words dainty and murmur, I'd like for you to give me a little finger wave when you hear the words dainty and murmur, okay? So we're going to read, and as always, I'm going to stop every now and again and ask some questions. So here we go. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever read or seen the movie or heard about Cinderella. Okay, so in your head as I'm reading, hands down, thank you. Make sure you're thinking about how this is like Cinderella. Okay. Long ago, in the land of Egypt, where the green Nile River widens to meet the blue sea, there lived a maiden called Rhodope. When she was still a small child, Rhodope had been stolen by pirates. She was snatched from her home in Greece, taken across the sea to Egypt, and there sold as a slave. Can you guys go, oh. That's sad, right? Do you want to be a slave?
No.
Why? You don't want to be a slave. Like the Egyptian servant girls, Rhodope went to the water's edge each day to wash clothes or to gather the reeds that grew along the riverbank. But Rhodope looked different from the Egyptian girls. Their eyes were brown. Hers were green. Their hair hung straight to their shoulders, while the breeze blew hers in tangles. Their skin glowed like copper, but her pale skin burned red beneath the sun. That was how she got her name, for Rhodope meant rosy-cheeked in Greek. Rosy Rhodope, scoffed the servant girls, hissing her name between their teeth. Rhodope pretended not to hear, but she blushed rosier than ever. So there, can you see Rhodope? Yeah. Can you see the Egyptian girls? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So why didn't the other girls, or why did the other girls tease Rhodope? What I want you to do is I want you to turn and talk to your partner real quick and make sure everybody has a partner. Are we all good? You all see somebody you can talk to? Hold on 1 second. And I want you to talk to your partner about why those girls teased Rhodope. Teach. Class. Over and over again when I walk through the room. Can anybody guess what word I heard? What word did I hear, Damien? Different. You guys all said that she was different. So you think that's why they were talking about her? Yes. Her whole body. Her hair, her eyes, her whole body was different. Although her master was kind, he was old and liked to doze beneath the fig tree. He seldom heard the servant girls tease Rhodope. He never saw them ordering her about. Hurry, Rhodope! they would shout at her. The geese are in the garden eating up the onions. Mend my rope. I'm hungry, Rhodopees. Bake the bread. Rhodopees always hurried to do their bidding, for the Egyptian girls were household servants, and she was only a slave. Okay, Rhodopees found friends among the animals instead. Birds ate crumbs from her hands. She coaxed a monkey to sit upon her shoulder and charmed a hippopotamus with her songs. It would raise its huge head from the muddy water and prick its small ears to listen. Sometimes when her chores were done and the day had cooled, Rhodopees would dance for her animal companions. She twirled so lightly that her tiny bare feet scarcely touched the ground. One evening, her master awakened to see her dance. No goddess is more nimble, he called out. Such a gift deserves a reward. He tugged his chin whiskers, thinking, and then declared, You shall go barefoot no longer. So when he watched her dance, do you think he woke up and was happy, or was he sad? Raise your hand if you can tell me what you think. What do you think, Taisha? I think so. If you agree with Taisha, show me that you agree. All right. And tell me this. What does that mean that she's going to go barefoot no longer? What does that mean, Jaden?
She gonna wear shoes?
She's going to have some kind of shoes, right? Okay, guys, we're going to keep going. Does anybody know what the word nimble means? Nimble. It said, no goddess, and I like that he called her a goddess, no goddess is more nimble. What is nimble? What do you think nimble means? Evan?
Acrobatic.
Oh, that's a good word. Acrobatic, can move around. Cheyenne was nimble. She could move every which way. All right, guys, hands down for a second. I know, baby. Hold on. We're gonna keep going. Her master ordered a pair of dainty slippers made especially for Rhodopees. The soles were of real leather, and the toes were gilded with rose red gold. When Rhodopees danced, her feet sparkled like fireflies. The rose red slippers set Rhodopees more apart than ever. The Egyptian servant girls were jealous, for they wore clumsy sandals woven from papyrus. Out of spite, they found new tasks for her to do, keeping Rhodopees so busy that she was too tired to dance at night. One evening, Kipa, who was chief among the servant girls, announced, Tomorrow we sail for Memphis to see the Pharaoh. His Majesty is going to hold court for all of his subjects. There will be musicians and dancing, said another servant girl, eyeing the rose-red slippers. There will be feasting, added a third. Poor Rhodopees. You must stay behind, Kipa jeered. You have linen to wash and grain to grind and the garden to weed. So I'm going to make a little bit of a prediction here. I'm thinking that since they were jealous of what? Her shoes. Can you make a prediction of what might happen? They were jealous of her shoes and her dancing. Can you make a prediction of what might happen and what might cause a problem in the story? What might happen to Sario?
They might steal the shoes, but there's like 3 of them, and there's only one pair of shoes.
So really, Rhodopees has no hope, does she? If they decide to take them. That's just a prediction. I don't know. Show me if you agree or if you think that they're going to take her slippers. I don't know. It's a prediction. We don't know. Okay, guys, hands down, and we'll talk about this in a second. Hands down for a second. The next morning, just as Ra, the sun, was climbing into the sky, Rotopiece followed the servant girls to the riverbank. Kippa wore a necklace of blue beads. Bracelets jingled on her wrist of the second. The third had tied a many-colored sash about her waist. Although Rotopiece wore a plain tunic, on her feet were the rose-red slippers. Perhaps they will let me come along to see the Pharaoh after all, she thought. But the three servant girls pulled their raft around the bend in the river without giving Rotopiece a backward glance. So why didn't Rotopiece ask the girls if she could go with him? I want you to turn and talk to your partner. So you're going to talk about why you think Rotopiece did not ask to go with them. Teach.
Okay,
Yes. Very good. So why do you think she did not just ask? Can I go with you? Why didn't she ask, Ashley? In her mind, she knows that they might not let her. What else do you think, Chelsea?
They might tell the master.
Oh, they might tell the master. Do you think that would be a bad thing if they told the master?
Yeah.
Okay. Rotopiece sighed and turned to the basket piled high with dirty clothes. Wash the linen, weed the garden, grind the grain. She slapped the wooden paddle across against the cloth in time to her song. The hippopotamus, tired of so dull a tune, pushed out of the reeds and splashed into the river. Shame! Cried Rotopiece, shaking her paddle. You splattered mud on my beautiful slippers. Can you tell which one you think is Kippa?
I think the worst one.
Oh! Okay, so Tesario says this one. The one with the bracelet on.
The one in the middle.
The one in the middle? Do you guys agree? Why do you think that's her? Why do you think that's her, Mariana?
Because it talked about when she was shaking her wrist with the bracelet.
Yep, when she's shaking her wrist, the bracelet's very good. She polished the shoes on the hem of her tunic until the rosy gold glittered in the sun. Then she carefully put them on the bank behind her. Oh, I know, I'm right there with you. Hold on. Wash the linen, weed the garden. Rotopiece began again, when suddenly a shadow fell on the water. Shadow fell on the water, what could that be? A shadow falling on the water. What do you think might be, what might cause that? What do you think, Evan?
A big rain cloud?
Maybe a big rain cloud. Or something else maybe too. What do you think? What do you think, Ashley? The girls. One more, Damien. Maybe. Rotopiece jumped up. A great falcon, the symbol of the god Horus, circled in the sky with wings spread so wide that they blotted out the sun. Can you guys all blot out the sun for me? Guys, all put your hand in the air, blot it out. All of us. Okay, put them back down. Okay. Greetings to you, proud Horus, Rotopiece murmured. Oh, we heard our word. Good job. She bowed her head and felt a rush of air on the back of her neck. Why did Rotopiece bow her head? Why did Rotopiece bow her head? Italy.
Because maybe the falcon is special.
Okay, maybe the falcon is special. What do you think, Augustine?
Maybe that he's actually a prince.
Maybe he's actually a prince, and maybe she knows that.